Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer Maker. It's a beautiful day to show you how to make this framed unicorn with paper flowers on the Great Maker Show and Tell. Are you intrigued by paper flowers but just not sure what to make with them? I've got the project for you. This framed unicorn showcases paper flowers beautifully and looks super cute to boot. Personalize it with a name and you've got a wonderful piece of decor or an awesome gift. Now to make this project, you need a shadow box, which is just a frame that is deep enough for you to put flowers into without being squished. The one I'm using is 11 by 14 inches and I'll put the link to it below this video if you want to use the same one. Now to make the paper flowers, you need 65 or 80 pound cardstock in whatever colors you want. Here's what your flower looks like before you roll it up. I'll show you how to do that. You also need a glue gun, glue sticks, and I also recommend finger protectors to avoid getting burned. The unicorn design inside the shadow box is made with permanent vinyl in a variety of colors. So you'll also want some transfer tape and a weeding tool. And don't forget that you need a quilling tool to roll your flowers. Don't worry if you don't know what this is or how it works. I will show you how to do it in this video. Finally, you just need a sheet of foam core to apply your vinyl and paper flowers to. This also becomes the backing of your unicorn shadow box. So let me show you where to get my paper flower and the unicorn designs, and then I will show you how to make the flowers and use them to create this personalized shadow box. Step 1. Get the unicorn and flower design. Download the unicorn and flower designs from my blog at jennifermaker.com/271. Just go to the red bar at the top and look for libraries, and then either click Get a Password if you don't yet have one, or click Enter the library. You can find the files by searching the page for Design 271, and then click it to download an SVG cut file for cutting with a Cricut or another cutting machine, as well as a printable PDF. Step 2. Cut the designs. Let me show you how to cut the vinyl and cardstock for your unicorn frame on a Cricut cutting machine. First, upload the SVG cut file that you downloaded in Step 1 to Cricut Design Space. If you're unsure how to unzip and upload SVG files, please watch my SVGs Made Simple training series at jennifermaker.com/svgs. Now, before cutting the designs, you'll want to measure the width and height of your frame and adjust the size of the design if needed. If you are using the same frame listed in My Project Supplies, you don't need to make any size adjustments. But if you do resize, be sure to resize while the design is all grouped by changing the measurements in the height and width box at the top of the screen. Once your project is the right size, click Ungroup and separate the spiral flower shapes from the unicorn eyes and eyelashes and ears themselves. Feel free to change colors as you wish now as well. When ready, click Make It to see your colors separated out into mats. Click Continue if it looks good to you. Now click Browse All Materials to choose your material settings. You can cut your unicorn design from regular adhesive vinyl or even glitter or shimmer vinyl if you want. If you're a beginner, I recommend regular adhesive vinyl as you'll find it easier to transfer. But for the unicorn in this tutorial, we're going to use glitter vinyl for the black, gold, and pink sections. Whatever you use, be sure to change the material setting in between cuts so it matches your material. You can change the material at any time by clicking on the down arrow beside the material name. Specifically, when you cut the cardstock, it should be cut on medium cardstock. Now to show you how easy this is to do, my design elf will assemble this project while I talk you through it. Now cut your materials and weed your designs. Now, if you use the glitter vinyl like we did here, you'll want to use the Cricut Strong Grip transfer tape with it. Otherwise, use standard grip transfer tape. So put the appropriate transfer tape onto your weeded vinyl. And because we're going to be applying it to an unusual surface, you'll also want to cut your vinyl and transfer tape pieces as close to the edges as possible. When you're all done, set these aside. Step 3. Assemble the unicorn frame. Let's start by making our paper flowers first. Put the loose end of your spiral shape in the slot on the tip of your quilling tool and begin rolling the tool towards you. If you don't have a quilling tool, you can use long nose pliers or tweezers. You can also make your own quilling tool with my tutorial at jennifermaker.com/quilling tool. Continue rolling your paper flower, keeping the bottom edges aligned with one another as best you can. Once the flower is rolled the way you like, add glue on the bottom of the rolled flower and fold the circular tab over the glue. Be careful here, hot glue is hot. If it's too hot to handle, use the tip of your glue gun to lightly press down on the tab over the glue, or simply use finger protectors. Don't burn yourself. Now repeat this process to assemble all of your paper flowers. Now you don't have to use hot glue. Tacky glue can be used here as well. Take a pen or a cylindrical rod and begin to roll the rose petals over the rod to curl them. All right, so now open the back of your frame and remove the foam insert. Next, cut your piece of foam core to the same size as this insert. You can cut it using a ruler and a craft knife. Find the center of your foam core and measure approximately 1 inch from the top. This is where you'll place the top of your unicorn horn. Lay the unicorn horn down and use a scraper over the vinyl. Avoid scraping the transfer tape as much as possible. Just focus on the vinyl only. Slowly and carefully remove the transfer tape from the unicorn horn. Fold the vinyl in half for the ears to find the center point. Remember to reduce the tackiness of the transfer tape before you lay the vinyl down on the foam core to avoid ripping it. You do this so your transfer tape becomes less sticky, and then it's less likely to rip your foam core. Foam core is pretty fragile, but it's really the best material for us to use for this project. And align the ears just below the unicorn horn. Carefully remove the transfer tape from the ears. You can see that a little of the paper on the foam core came up with the transfer tape. But it's okay because this part will be covered by paper flowers. Now I recommend you just eyeball the placement of the pink inner part of the ear, then remove the backing on that and transfer that over to your foam core. Now measure approximately 3.5 inches from the bottom of the unicorn horn for the placement of the eyelashes. To avoid pulling up the paper on the foam core like we did accidentally on the ears, keep the backing on the transfer tape and use painter's tape to keep it in place until you're ready to apply it, and then remove it and lay it back down. This is essentially a modified hinge method of applying the vinyl, and it works really great for this project. The last piece of vinyl to place is the name. Again, you can just sort of eyeball the placement, or if you want, you can mark it out with a ruler. It's your choice. And then you apply it to your foam core board for your personalized unicorn picture. Once you have all the vinyl applied, it's time to add the paper flowers. You can add them any way you want or refer to my finished design for the placement. It's your choice. I used hot glue to place the flowers on the foam core board, and that worked just fine. You're almost done. Now clean the inside of the glass of your frame so it's dust-free, and then put your foam core board in the frame. Put the frame back on, and you'll have finished your personalized unicorn frame. Step 4, show it off. This is what my personalized unicorn picture looks like. Isn't this adorable? Can you think of someone who might like to have this on their wall? Because I sure can. Didn't this turn out super, super cute? Remember, you can personalize this in any way you want, from the name to the colors to the amount of flowers. I can't wait to see what you do with this. Now, if you've got any questions about rolling paper flowers or how to make this unicorn frame, leave your question below this video or ask over in my craft group at jennifermaker.com/CricutCrafters. And if you need a cutting machine to cut your vinyl and paper, I give one away every month. You can enter for your chance to win your own Cricut cutting machine at jennifermaker.com/CricutGiveaway. And that's it for today. Tomorrow, I'll be back to show you how to create this amazing hanging lamp from intricately cut cardstock. It is so cool. Remember, I'm always interested in what you want to make. If you can tell me what you want to make, I can show you how to make it. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.